Well, hey everybody, welcome back. All right, guys, I had so much fun last weekend finding those huge specimens of galena for you. I've decided to take another stab at it this weekend once again. So here's what we're doing. So I'm following that trending geology to the south. Remember I said that those types of deposits generally form around ancient lava fields? Well, that's where we're at today. Those ancient lava beds continued further on to the south, and that's where we're at today. In this location, there's a total of 11 adits and 5 shafts, and I'm going to try to get to each and every one of those over this episode and maybe for next weekend too. I don't know. We'll just have to see how today plays out. But it's going to be a lot of fun. Maybe we'll get lucky and find some more big chunky pieces of that awesome elongated crystal galena that we found last week. Guys, real quick, a few weeks ago, actually no, it's been a couple of months ago, some of you contacted me via email because you were interested in old Bob's tires and wheels. Well, you sent me an email. Unfortunately, those emails got deleted and I lost your contact information. If you're interested in old Bob's old tires and wheels, which are in really good shape, please contact me at abandonedandforgottenplaces@hotmail.com. That's abandoned, A-N-D, forgotten places @hotmail.com. That email also exists at the very end of my videos, okay? And at the very, 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 very end of this video, long past the credits and the music, I'm going to throw up a few pictures for you real quick, okay? All right, so here's adit number 1. We're going to take a stab at this one. I don't think it goes in very far, but let's take a look at the geology here and just see what we can find. All right, guys, let's get started. All right, let's see what we have here. Now, clearly, take a look at the geology real quick, okay? What you're looking at here on the bottom is actually dolomite down on the lower layers, okay? The upper layers, well, that right there from here to the top, that's just dolomite, but higher up on the hill is where all that igneous rock is, those old ancient lava fields. But let's head on inside and see what they were taking a stab at here. I'm pretty sure that all this is just a prospect pit. I'm starting to see some brecciated material. See, look up on top there. Yeah, there is some hydrothermal alteration going on up there. Let's continue on. This is just going to be a little baby. And what do we have up here? Yeah, look, they have a little skylight. That's all this was a prospect. Okay, let's get out of here and take a walk down the hill. Around the corner, about 1/8 of a mile around the hill, is another larger waste rock pile. Let's go after that one next. Okay, looks like we're coming up to the second one here. Looks like there's some sort of a location marker right there. Yep. All right, down around the corner. Got a big old hole here. Let's get past the velvet rope. Turn on some lighting. All right, first thing we got, before we take a look at the haulage at it, is a deep, deep, deep vertical shaft. I'll try to shine the light down there for you guys. Yeah, you wouldn't want to fall down in that one, but doesn't go very deep. We're looking at maybe just 50 feet down there, see? Okay. Now, look at the angle of the, let's get out of the sunlight here. Look at the angle of the vein right here that they're following down. It's dipping at a real low angle. Let's see what they were finding. Pew, getting batty, just like that. Yeah, it would be a lot of fun to run into some more of that long crystal galena. Now, speaking of that, guys, like I said last week, while you guys are watching this video, or these videos last week, this week, and next weekend, I'm up in the Sheep's Range looking for Kenny Veach. That's why I haven't been able to respond to your comments down in the comment section, because I'm getting all that put together. That's all they did here. They took a stab at it. That's it. Let's get a closer look at that, what they were. See, there's some calcite in there. I see some brecciation of, it's a very, very poor, what I mean by brecciation right there, I see that right there, but it's really small. It's a very poor mineral deposit when it comes to silver. So far, everything I see here has every indication that they're chasing silver veins. Okay, let's get out of this one, and we'll go after the next one. All right, let's slow down here for a second. I'm going to explain a few things to you. I like it when I can find these old walking paths. What they were doing here is they were using animals. They were using mules or horses to pack their equipment on these trails. And it's been my experience over the years that whenever I can find a mine that's got these mule trails, chances are we're getting into an older mine, and there's a good chance of potentially some better artifacts and more interesting things. My favorite mines to explore is anything pre-1900. They're hard to find. A lot of them have been collapsed or destroyed by the BLM. But when you do find one, you can get into some pretty amazing things. All right, we're coming up on another adit here. See how they're probing this whole hill? They're probing the whole thing. Here's this, just a prospect. That's all it is. Went in, probed the vein, took some assays, and that was that. Nothing spectacular to look at. All right, let's flip around here. Now I can see a much larger waste rock pile. That's our target. Okay, we got probably another 500 yards to get to it. Let's speed things up and head that direction. All right, let's slow down here for a second, see what we have. And no, just another prospect. But they're still following that vein along the side of this hill. All right, we're getting closer, coming in on that larger waste rock pile. Here we go. Okay, here we are. Very good. And we even had a forge right there. That's what this thing was. Yep. You can fill that up with some coal, and that's where you're going to be retooling your steel, is right there. Add some sort of a bellows, either hand powered or motor powered. We got the portal right there. And I'm just going to flip the camera around real quick to show you the size of the waste rock pile right out there. And you can see they had rail heading out that way. That's the remains of some of the cross ties on top of the waste rock pile. All right, let's get some camera or some lighting turned on here. Make sure we're all good. Let's see what we have up in here, huh? Okay. All right, first of all, since we are way back in here, let's shoot up in there, make sure we don't have any glowing eyes. The last thing I need is to be sprayed by a skunk today. That's happened before. I've been into mines where I got up in there a little ways and here was 2 skunks saying, "Hello, how you doing? What are you doing in my house?" We got a little thing going off that direction, but it stops right there and the miners backfilled it rather than taking that waste rock back out of the mine. Well, so far we're going through nothing but that lava material. Let's see what we got into here. Maybe they thought this was going to come into a vein. Yeah, one of these days, I tell you, I'm just going to turn a corner like that. Let's see here. Oh, it continues on. One of these days, I'm going to turn a corner like that, and I'm just going to get charged by some javelina or wild pig. They're going to come right for me and try to get the heck out of here, and I'm going to be standing right in their way. Wouldn't that be funny? Yeah, you guys would laugh. All right. We've got, what's we got going on here? Well, now they thought they were considering on doing some kind of a stope right here, but they never finished. They got the stalls in place, but never continued higher. No, they didn't. What's up in here? And we're getting into, the rock is starting to get a little more unstable. That's why they put these ties in. Now, as I'm looking at the wood, I'm seeing round nails. Those aren't square head nails, so we're in the early 1900s. And I like to go a little bit slow because sometimes those miners will write their names or something in pencil on those. We've gotten lucky in the past. We've seen that, remember? All right, continuing on. Oh yeah, very unstable area here. I think as long as we don't touch nothing, don't got to worry about any of this coming down on our heads. They were starting to make a raise, but I tell you, for the life of me, I just can't see what they were going after. The pockets of silver running through this are so small. Well, that's why they gave up. It's just, there's nothing here. But we'll continue on. I think we might have rail down on the floor here. Yeah, there's some rail. So they were thinking, well, okay, let's continue on. And you can see a drill hole in the upper right there where they were doing their blasting. Like, maybe if we go a little bit deeper, are we going to find something? What do we have up here? We have well, that's interesting. Look what I found, guys. Wow. See, you get back in these super remote areas, and sometimes you find something really cool. I'm going to try to get the light on that just right. Look at there. The 24th of February, 1951, Ada, Jerry, Bob, Cliff, and Lynn, and Tabor. So it was a family. Maybe that was their last name, was Tabor, Taber. Pretty cool. And here, I'm going to pull my cell phone out and get a better picture of that for you guys so you can read it. There you go. Yeah, very cool. All right, well, like I said, we've got 11 of these throughout this area. Let's get out of this one and work our way to the other ones. The waste rock piles are much bigger, so maybe we can find some bigger mines. See you out there. Okay guys, we're on the other side of the hill, and you just saw in the drone footage what we're going to be exploring here real quick. Now this is more of a like an open pit type area. Now look, now I'm going to show it to you here real quick. We're gonna do a close-up of it, but you can see the banding layers, similar to like what we were finding last weekend, but just not as sparkly. The ore isn't as full of lead as we found last week. We got a short little adit over here to the left, something going to the right. Let's head over there and check it out. All right, let me show you what I'm talking about here. As far as the banding goes, it's right up here. I'm gonna climb up to it, show you it. Right there. About right, let me point my finger without going out of focus, right through that area, but definitely not something that they were interested in. We're leaning a little bit closer to the side of a silver deposit here, but now look right here, look at all of the brecciated material in that rock. That's clearly visible. All right, around the corner, let's start with the big, what appears to be the largest adit here. Doesn't go in very far now, does it? No, just a lot of bird poo, and that is it. All right, turn it back around. Let's see if we have anything over this direction, because there was another one. Right over here. See if this one goes in at all. Yeah, this one might go in a little bit further. Oh yeah. Oh, look at here. Very nice. Nice big lens door body. Yeah, with a skylight. And why do they put skylights into these types of ore bodies if they're close enough to the surface? Well, that's going to allow for dust removal. So depending on which way the wind is blowing that day, when they're doing either blasting or ore removal, the skylights will allow for dust to go up and out of that hole, or back out the portal. Okay, let me show you what we have here. We've got one off to the right, one off to the left, and I think that up that direction just goes up there and stops. So what do you say? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's check. Let's go to the right. Why not? We'll start off over here. See what we got. Wow, right off the bat, they went for a winze. Doesn't go down very far, with a very, very crude makeshift ladder right there. The visitors of this mine over the years laid down a couple of convenient planks for me, and let's go deeper and deeper and see what we can find. I'm noticing a lot of silver tags on the walls. Either geologists or former mine owners have been in here taking samples and tagging the place. All right, we come to a crossroads. Let's look off to the right first. Nothing going off that direction. Okay, turning back around. Now right in here, okay, see these elongated crystals right there? We do have some barite. Now barite runs with silver. Yep. Look at them right there. That's barite. Now that's definitely mineable in that area. Now up in Nevada, when I was doing research, the Nivlock mine was one of Nevada's largest silver producers at one time, and that place was just loaded with barite. As a matter of fact, you guys got a sample of that once when I was in that area. Okay, continuing on. Anything up in here? They were laying planks on the floor so that they could run a wheelbarrow up in here. That's what that's for. And we've just cross-cut back to the other portal. See, what we did is we made a left. I'm swinging the camera now. So see, if we go back that direction, if you look off in the distance there, you can see sunlight. So they made a connection between these two. But look at the layer of brecciated material that they're following right there. It's clearly evident. And what I mean by that is, as those hydrothermal fluids pushed up through the dolomite limestone underneath these giant lava layers, that pressure broke it up into bits and pieces, carrying it in suspension, and eventually it solidifies and you get brecciated rock. Okay, continuing on. What's up here? Nothing. Nope. That's as far as it goes. All right, turning back around. So now we basically are doing things in reverse. Remember when we started, we went off to the right, but we accessed the other drift via the cross cut where we just came from with the wood down on the floor where they would run wheelbarrows. So what we're doing now basically is headed back out of the mine down the other drift. Which gives me a good opportunity to explain the difference between drifts and crosscut, okay? So if you're in a tunnel, let's just call it actually a tunnel is when you've got an adit that goes from one side of the mountain to the other, clear through the other side, like the one that I flew my drone through. That's a tunnel. A drift is when you're following the ore structure or following the vein, okay? And a crosscut is when you cross through a vein from one side to the other. You're not following it, you're cutting through the vein. That's called a crosscut. Now here we're in an area of real high mineralization. Yep. And the pack rats, he's got a good old nest up in there. Okay. So what I can see here is that's what they're processing. They're hauling out the brecciated material, which is going to have silver in it and maybe even some gold, and that's what they're taking to the mill and crushing up. And it's running right along that vein right there, as you see before you. It's not highly defined. Now here's an interesting geologic feature. You've heard me in the past talk about, I love the skylights in here. They're just all over the place. Yeah, isn't that cool? You've heard me in the past talk about limonites. I'm going to point that out to you with the laser. We have what's left of an old pocket. They've long since removed it. And I'm just going to draw a circle around the pocket of limonite right here. Right there. Limonite's generally filled with iron, and since gold rides an iron horse, big limonite pockets were always highly prized by the miners. They generally would contain free gold. Okay, turning back around. That was kind of cool, but like you saw in the drone footage, we've got more along this hillside, so let's go explore those next. Okay, stop for a second. Here was that little one we saw in the drone, but it didn't go anywhere. They were just probing. That's all they were doing. See that? But that vein continues on about a 20 to 30 degree slope down the side of this hill. And that's why right up here in front of us, we've got another waste rock pile with another adit. Let's head down there and see what that one's all about. Okay, here we are. A little bit larger waste rock pile. Not quite as big as the last one we were in. Now up on the side of the hill up there, you can see another one, but we already looked at that with the drone and determined it's nothing but a prospect. It didn't go in at all. We thought that it did, me and old Bob. Yeah, sometimes I refer to my Jeep as we. Well, you know, guys, he's my buddy. You know, my Jeep is my buddy, and he takes me everywhere I need to go, and we have a lot of fun, so. Okay, what do we have down in here? Any critters, huh? Any snakes? Any bats? Oh, definitely some bats. It stinks in here. Okay. Whoop, PU. All right, here's what we have. You can see the sunlight on the floor there shining up into that drift. Which way should we go this time? Well, last time we went to the right. Why don't we go this time? We'll go to the left. Okay. Now, are we following any kind of defined vein? Not that I can see right now. We're just going through that worthless lava rock. Yep. I wonder if that headlight is a little bit, get that one's a little bit brighter. There we go. Okay. Continues to get stinkier and stinkier. The mine is nice and tall. I like these ones that I can stand up in. But all we're doing right now is traveling through a bunch of igneous rock, those ancient lava flows. That's what this is. I'm not even seeing any dolomite. Nope. So this is pure exploratory. Sure is. See, they charged in this far. Now they did have a stringer vein that they were following. You see that? I can guarantee you they were sampling it. I'll point it out to you. See that right there? Oh yeah. Yeah, they found that coming in here. And they were definitely sampling it along the way, hoping for some specimen gold or free gold in that vein. But it just never did anything for them, so they quit. Okay, turn back around. Hard to believe that they would blast out a tunnel as large as this for a tiny little vein of quartz running through there, but indeed they did. I'm not even seeing any brecciated material in here. There's nothing. Okay. Yep, this was one of what you call shot in the dark. I wonder if there's anything on the back side of that old dynamite box, huh? Let's take a look. Nope. That was pretty cool that we ran into the names of the miners in that last Adit. That was neat. Okay, turning around here. Now we're going to go off to the right. Okay, so it goes and bends. Oh yeah, here's all of our batty little friends. And we had some square set going on here, weak zone of the mine that has collapsed. Yep. Okay, let's get past that without any more of it falling on me. I'm going to try to get through it without touching anything. There we go. Okay. Let's see how many... Let me say we see how many bats we have up in here. How you doing, Mr. Bat? Now, if we push them guys, if we push them, let's see. Yeah, that's it. That's as far as it goes. Right there. I'm going to shine both lights up there for you. It faces out right up there. I don't want the bats to fly outside, so we're not going to go any further. We're going to keep them up there in the face. Yeah. But no, this is just another exploratory Adit. Okay, let's turn back around here. We'll leave our batty friends alone, because when they fly outside, then they're prone to getting eaten by predators, and we don't want that. Okay, guys, you just fly right past me. I'm going to stay to the right. There you go. Good job. That's how it's done. It's amazing how their sonar works. Yep. Okay, so this concludes the adits and portals for this section of the cluster. Remember initially I talked about the cluster of mines. So this is the cluster on the south side. So we're going to work our way further and further to the southeast and keep exploring these mines and see what we can see. Look at that sterilite right there. Sterilite starts with, boy, my brain ain't working today. Must be all the back guano, huh? Look at that little curly Q specimens right there. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. Star. Anyways, back outside, guys. All right, guys, so what I was doing as I was traveling further to the southeast, I couldn't help but notice that road with what looked like hand-stacked rock. So I worked my way up this direction and got the drone out, flew it around. There's a few in this area that had real small waste rock piles, but this one had the largest waste rock pile. So that's why I want to take a closer look at it. So let's go see what this one is all about. Now, right here at the portal, let's see, why did they decide to enter right here? Well, you can see a vein right through here and right through over there. That's why they decided to go in right at this location. Let's see how it picks up in here. This one is way, way, way back off the beaten path. Down here on the floor. Look at that, I can see. Here, let me show you. You see them prints right there? Okay, so down in the lower part of your screen, you see a big rock, and then about just a few inches off to the left, you see where it looks like someone took a stick and drew it in the soft dirt. Well, I'm here to tell you, that's not a stick. Those are snakes coming into this mine in the summertime. More than likely rattlesnakes. Okay, trying to get out of that blazing heat. Now look at the vein. See how they're following that? Oh yeah, clearly visible vein. And the reason the snakes are coming up in here is because we've got pack rats and they're looking for a quick meal. But I'm telling you that those snakes do not like crawling through them cholla needles. Nope. Okay, I'm just proceeding cautiously here. So we had something up in there with a massive pile of cholla looking off to my right. Yeah, because chances are when you're going to run into a critter, he's going to be within the first 50 to 100 feet in these mines. Let's look up in here real quick. Wow, have you... Oh my gosh, look at the pile. Look at the pack rat nest in here. So I can see there's kerosene tins, there's a carbide tin right there, and it's all been covered up with pack rat bedding or nesting material, which in this case is all teddy bear cholla needles right here. Interesting to see that thing up there. I wonder what they were using that device. I wonder if that was part of a windlass. Huh. What's that up there, Annette? I can't get to it because No, it's just a piece of coiled wire. All right, turning back around. My feet are already impacted with cholla needles. Let's see what we have up in here. So they laid a board down so that they could use a wheelbarrow. What's got anything going off that direction? No, that's where it stopped. But it does continue off this way. Does it go any further? So while I was eating my sandwich for lunch and walking around on the waste rock piles, I couldn't help but notice I found a whole lot more of barite back at that last mine. Look up here, guys. They took sticks from nearby. Oh, what is that tree? That's not ironwood. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Kind of a loose spot here. But anyways, I found a bunch more barite. So those were definitely silver mines. So the mine twisted off to the right. There we have another stole from material nearby. And it twists off to the right. Now it twists back off to the left. They're just chasing that vein. Aha. Yeah, I'm seeing more of it off to the right here. I'll turn down that light. I don't know if you can see it. Not as pronounced as it was at the last mine we were in. All right, continuing on. Very interesting. Nobody's been in this mine for a while. Lots of sparkles. Look at all the sparkly calcite in that. See that as I roll the camera past it? Right there. Look at that. That's definitely the vein they're following. Okay, continuing on. Wow. I'm going to turn off these lights. Maybe my lower light will capture all of the sparkle as I roll past it here. I'm going to do it nice and slow. Isn't that cool? You guys that get to watch this in 4K, you can see it. Yep. Okay. Oh, this is going a lot deeper than I thought it would for having such a small waste rock pile. Is it going to go any further up in here? Wow, it just keeps going. Very cool. I wouldn't have expected that. We got remnants of a dynamite box on the floor, and just keeps going. Okay, yep, I thought I saw a bat. All right, we got a cross cut here. Looking off to the left. Oh, look at here. I think we got a can with a label. Are we going to get lucky? Is that going to be a label on that? No, shoot. I thought it was there for a second. Nope, no label. Backing up. Okay, continuing on. Now, here we have some material. Look at the blue. Yep. There is some Coca-Cola down here on the floor. Right there. Look at all the blue. Nope, rewind. Sorry, not Coca-Cola. That's chalcanthite right there. Now, remember when I was telling you guys how chalcanthite's water soluble? Okay, so what you have here, remember when I was, when we had those rocks that was lab grown copper sulfate? Well, that's where it comes from. That's your chalcanthite. And what's on the surface there that you can almost flake right off is copper sulfate. Yep. All right, continuing on. Getting into a little bit of brecciated material here. Almost makes you wonder if maybe they were going after copper in this one, huh? Sure would be cool to find a nice... Oh yeah, it's a copper mine. Yep, look right here, guys. Right there. Pow! We've got chalcanthite, we got Coca-Cola, and up in there, you can even see azurite. Not as big as some of the veins we found in the past, but that's what they were going after in this mine, was copper. Let's look off here to the left, because the vein continues on. Oh, look out. A bat just tried to bounce off my head. Look right there. Look at all the chalcanthite on that wall. Okay, continuing on. Did they find themselves a lensed pocket up in here? What did they get? What did they go after? We got a bat. You just stay right there, bat. And that's as far as they went. Okay, turn it back around. Let's take another really nice look at all of the beautiful blueness in that vein. Look at that. Right there. Isn't that pretty? Switching over, going to the other side. Look at all the beautiful blueness right up in here. Now I'm going to say we're probably 300 feet into this mine is where they started intersecting. Now that could almost is starting to look like malachite right up in there. Look at that. See that? Sure is. All right, that's as far as this one. See, I'm glad that me and Bob pulled up here and went for this thing. It didn't look like much from outside, but look, it turned out to be something pretty cool. We got ourselves a copper mine. Yeah, I wonder if I should grab one of these pieces right here, huh? Let's see. I don't know if I could find one that's... I don't know, guys. I found pieces that were... Nah, we'll keep looking. Nah. All right, well, I tell you what, real quick, we're just going to put it in chipmunk mode. I'm going to work my way right back out of this mine, and I'll see you near the portal. All right, and there we are. Well, what do you say we keep traveling to the southeast and see what else we can find in this massive cluster of mines? Okay guys, this is the last adit in the cluster of adits and shafts that were to the southeast. And again, rather than just turning everything on, I'm just going to poke up in here with the helmet cam and see what we got. Then we got a party balloon down here on the floor. Yeah, the pack rats love those because they're shiny, and that's why they bring them in. Okay. Now we've got, you can see they're following that vein on a downward trend in this one. So we have been finding blue minerals all day long today, okay? And it's been Coca-Cola, it's been chalcanthite, possibly even some azurite mixed in, but it all boils down to one thing that this entire area has in common, and I believe what these miners were mining is malachite. Okay, so as soon as I get done exploring this, let's see where this thing goes, if it goes anywhere at all. Okay, I'm gonna work my way back outside because I found a nice specimen from the mine that had all the blue in it. What do we have up in here? Does it continue on? Any pack rats? Oh, we got a Budweiser can. Somebody was in here. Pew, it stinks in here. All right, does it continue? Milwaukee's best. Milwaukee's best. Oh my gosh, boy, did I ever drink a lot of that when I was a teenager. Yeesh. Okay, no. That is it, guys. See the blue? This is what I'm talking about. Let me point my helmet cam in the right direction. Right here. That's what I've been finding all day. And I'm pretty darn sure that these are bands of malachite. So what I got to do when I get back, I'm going to do some further research on the sample that I found. Make sure that it is. So when I post this sample up on the eBay site, it has a proper description, okay? So let me work my way back out of this exploratory. I'll get back up by old Bob, and I'll show you what I found. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, back outside, safe and sound. Here it is. So this is what I pulled from that mine that we found all the blue and the chalcanthite, okay? And that's what I'm saying. I do believe that this right here is malachite. Yeah, look at all of the sparkly calcite in there, especially right up here in this pocket right there. Yep. So, but I'm going to do some tests on it. I'm going to make sure that that is exactly what it is, that it is malachite. Well, I mean, that right there, that scaling that you see right there, that's definitely chalcanthite for sure. Yep. And once I figure out what it is, when I get back from the Sheep Mountains, just like with those other pieces of galena, I'll put this up on the eBay site when I'm in an area where I can start shipping rocks again. Not a bad little specimen from that one mine. Pretty darn cool, huh? All right, guys. Well, that's going to have to do it for today. Boy, oh boy. I've been in more holes today than a box of donuts, you know? And I didn't show you all the little ones I crawled in. I showed you two, but there's been just dozens today that I've crawled in and out of trying to find larger ones in this area. But I feel real good that that's exactly what I did today. I got all the documented all of the larger ones in this area. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Okay, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me again on this fun Saturday. And I'll see y'all again next weekend. Oh, and don't forget those pictures of my tires at the end of this video. For those of you that were interested, watch all the way to the end. You'll see the photographs, and please contact me at abandonedandforgottenplaces@hotmail.com. That's abandoned and then and spelled A-N-D, forgottenplaces@hotmail.com. And maybe we can get together and we can put a pretty darn nice set of tires on your Jeep. All right, guys, take care. See you next weekend. Bye now.